We're going hot.
Just caught mine off of fanatics in the garden with my hands in the air, we back at it.
Sorry, guys, had a little bit of sound, and I wanted to make sure we were good before I got it cracking. So we're gonna start it again. 1 second, right after this. So I'm gonna hit it with the Go New York again.
Say go New York, go New York, go. Say go New York, go New York, go. Say go New York, go team, it's the same dream. New Knicks City uniform, they stay clean. I just caught mine off of fanatics in the garden with my hands in the air, we back at it.
What's going on, everybody? We are back. Pew, 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 pew. Yes, let's go. What's going on? We are back, baby. You see us, SKF Weekly. We are in the building. Happy Monday night, everybody. You see it. It's me, your brother Ron, my other brother John over there. We back, SKF full effect. What's going on, brother? How you feeling?
Man, I'm good. Feeling blessed, man. Happy to be here. Happy to be available. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the folks online who've been checking us out. Ron, thank you for holding it down as always. You know,
we try, man.
You're a one-man machine, bro.
Like, we try, brother. We try.
Keep it going, man.
We are here rocking you. Let's go.
Another
Salute
jam.
to the chat. Appreciate you guys. Hope you guys are doing well. Shout out to my guy, Walter Blackman in the building. Walter, see you. Appreciate you, bro. Good to see you. He said, good evening, Ron and the panel. Allah Wise is in the building. Salute Allah. We got the 713 gamer in the building. Fliggity, what's happening, brother? You know, also a member of the SKF Army. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you.
And he also, I seen what was it last week? He also suggested he could come on and
yeah.
When I'm out, so that's more than welcome, my guy. It's more than welcome.
That's right. He did. He offered his fill-in services. Yes, he did.
Yes.
Shout out to Walter saying training camp is in 28 days. You are correct, Walter. Appreciate you, man.
Heck, yo, summer went by fast, bro. The summer went by fast.
Yes, Crazy. It did. I think we got a super chat, y'all. A super chat is in the building. We got a super chat signing, folks. That's right. Thank you to Mr. Walter Blackman. Thank you for the generous super chat, my brother. Appreciate you. Like I've always told you in the past, it's never, expected, but it's always accepted. Thank you, bro.
Right.
Appreciate you so much.
Help us keep these lights on.
Yeah, man. You know what I mean? Because get crazy out here.
Yeah.
Shout out to L, damn it, in the building. What up, L? Appreciate you. That's right, y'all. Shout out, everybody say what's up to L. She says another beautiful night with Still Knick fans. Let's go. Salute everyone. Appreciate you, L. Thank you. And she is also a member of the SKF Army, as well as our social media manager. Elle has been doing a lot behind the scenes to help us continue to grow this content and this brand. So appreciate you so much, Elle. Thank you.
Definitely.
Shout out to Old Head in the building. What up, Old Head? See you. He said Ron and John salute. And he's also saying what's up to the chat. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you. The Objective Knicks fan is in the building. What's going on, brother? Appreciate you. Salute. We got to get you on SKF Weekly. We will do that as soon as we can find a nice day where we get it confirmed, where I know John is available, and we'll have it set up. But we got to get you on our show. I had a great time on his show, and it'll be fun to chop it up, all three of us. That should be fantastic. L says woot woot. All right. JT Riddick is in the building. What up? Your salute. Appreciate you. And no, thank you, Walter. Appreciate you, brother, as always. All right, let's get it cracking. And also, thank you to everybody that may be tuning in. I know how Mondays are. Plus, not only is it Mondays, but this is Labor Day. Shout out to everybody. Happy Labor Day. I'm sure some of y'all actually enjoyed your day. Maybe you did something fun. Maybe you barbecued. Maybe you just, kick back and relax today. Whatever it may be.
True. I did all the spring cleanup. I got all that out the way.
Did you barbecue it all as well or no?
Nah, man. I was closing everything up, just like putting everything away, bouncy houses goodbye, all of that stuff. Like, the cleanup was serious, bro.
And it was nice today, but it was a little on the cooler side. So I guess you didn't jump in the pool either.
No. We closed no
pool. Yeah.
Time. It's chilly enough that there's like good wind. It was like a nice breeze today, so I was like, yeah, it's time to like close everything.
Yeah.
Now you get some good weather. Then we're gonna get some rain. So I was like, yeah, good.
Yeah. It's over. I got you.
It's definitely over.
No doubt. And appreciate you. All right, he says, take your time, brother. I'm here. No doubt. We'll make it happen. Appreciate you, bro. So, listen, man. First off, let me say I'm gonna reiterate a couple things because I actually haven't been able to talk to John about this stuff, but once again, happy birthday to Mr. Jalen Brunson. It's his birthday this past weekend, so shout out to him. Happy birthday.
28.
I believe. No, I think 27. Or maybe, yeah, I think it's 27. Because I thought he was 20. You might be right. Let me just check that real quick because I thought he was 27. But you could
3 years with this, ain't he? This is
this is gonna be 3, yeah.
Three, yeah. I think he's 27, 28. I think he's 28.
Yo, you nailed it. He's 28. Wow. Yeah, time flies.
Because 3 years ago, yeah.
Wow. Crazy.
So quick, man. I'm telling you, it's going by fast, man.
It really is, bro. So yeah, I mean, and plus his time with us has been incredible. Like everything has been happening for him. You got the coming to the Knicks, being accepted with the Knicks, playing incredible with the Knicks,
right?
Becoming the first time All-Star, right? Also his Villanova brothers coming and playing with him on the team. Now he's got another Villanova brother this summer coming to play with him. He got married.
All-Star, right?
Yeah, he got married. He had a baby.
He had a baby,
captain of the Knicks. I mean, geez, oh man.
Listen, he's living it. He's living the New York experience, man. And
yeah. It's everything's happening.
Right place, right time for him, man. It's great.
Wow.
Now all we could wish him right now is just good health. Man.
Correct. Yep. I agree with that. That would be great, man. Just more good health. And unfortunately, I gotta share this again too, because with us and this the connection. John is a hip hop head as well. I mean, unfortunately over the weekend we lost Fat Man Scoop, man. Yeah, man, that stinks.
I heard about that one.
Yeah, that stinks. So,
what it was, right? They didn't even call it.
And I didn't even
like COVID related or something else.
They didn't say, and I didn't know it happened the way it happened. It happened on, he collapsed on
On
stage.
stage.
Jeez,
In Connecticut too, man.
really? Wow.
Yeah, I got to check in with Frank to see if he was working that event.
Wow. That's a shame, man.
But
Well, that's another one of our legends gone, man.
yeah,
Salute to Fat Man Scoop once again and his family. Appreciate everything he did for the hip hop community and us youngins, man. Just growing up, like he was part of the sound of our youth.
oh, for
So,
sure.
yeah. This is the life we live, man. It's here today and it could be gone tomorrow, but we got to enjoy it in between.
That's it, man. Tomorrow
Mhm.
ain't promised, but gotta live for today.
That's facts.
Live for
Salute
today
to-
and plan for tomorrow, right? That's what they say.
Live for today and plan for tomorrow. Facts.
That's it.
Salute to Fritz Alcindor Jr. Wow, he said if he would appreciate you, bro. He said 15 minutes away from where he lives. Wow, man, it's crazy. It's crazy stuff. Shout out to Wiz BKLA in the building. What up, Wiz? Good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. All right, so let me put this first thing up because for whatever reason we continue to have to talk about this, and it's kind of ridiculous. It's sort of silly. It's the going back and forth. It went from Julius Randle's hurt. Can he come back to form? Can he be what the Knicks need? Right. Then it's even if he comes back to form, can he fit in with the Villanova connection because it's even stronger now?
Right.
It's like all these different things, right? Then it's he doesn't really have a lot of trade values. The market doesn't look that great for Julius right now. Now, team should want Julius Randle according to Brian Windhurst. So,
Duh.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what's going on here. So look, guys, there was an
They ain't got
article
nothing to talk
on
about, bro.
sportsillustrated.com. All right. And in the article by Jeff Magliochetti. Jeff Magliochetti. Whew, so that's a mouthful.
Tongue twister.
Yeah. So he wrote an article for the Insider. It's Knicks star extraordinarily tradable, right? That is the headline.
Mhm.
So apparently, if you don't already know, Julius Randle is eligible for a 4-year, $181 million extension. Windhurst explained to him in the article, on the Hoop Collective podcast, right? But he said, however, the Knicks have to be careful with their salary commitments because of Anunoby. Even though Brunson is a huge discount, that is a big salary on there, and they're going to have to extend Mikal Bridges as well. Even if Mikal Bridges takes a discount, it doesn't matter. It's all about how much money goes out in a given year and how they make it all work, right? So he also said because of Randle's $29 million salary, he is extraordinarily tradable. And the Knicks do still have a couple of first-round picks that they can move. So you goes depends on what week. You know what I mean? You go from last week where the market is dried up. There's not a lot of people interested in Julius Randle. Then Windhurst saying, no, he is an extraordinarily tradable asset because of the type of money that he's making, which is, Julius Randle's contract pales in comparison to other stars around the league. Plus, the Knicks do have some first-round picks they could attach to it if need be. Not that I think they need to, but that's what Windhurst is saying. What's your thoughts on this, John? How do you feel about the flip-flopping back and forth? There's no trade market for Randle. There is a trade market for Randle. Everybody should want Randle. Like, what is going on?
I think a lot of these folks are just trying to stay relevant in the news cycle. I really just think that that's what it is. I think they need something to talk about, and they know that Knicks chatter is where it's at, even if it's not exactly, favorite on the Knicks favorite, you know what I mean? Not on the side of the Knicks, you know what I mean? Just maybe just to have a conversation, just to poke interest and see what, Knicks Twitter may be talking about, Knicks X, I should say.
Yeah.
But I just think it's really just that, man. I just think it's something to get the buzz going. I don't think the players care much about what's going on in the news, And in the new cycle, I think they're focused on, coming into the season ready to go, as healthy as they can be. And yeah, it's gonna be a while. It's gonna be a while before. Well, we got 28 days. We're gonna start seeing some training camp stuff, and then from there, there's gonna be a conversation about, is our guys healthy? Is Mitch able to play the first game? Is Randle gonna come in healthy to start the season? And all that talk. But I think we're gonna take our time with all of our players, Brunson included, just to make sure we work everybody in, slowly but surely, to make sure that no one, gets any sort of like residue from being injured, and that's OG included, Randle, Mitch, Brunson, even, Hart with his sort of contusion that he had. So we're going to take it light. We're going to make sure everybody's good. Be prepared for regular season, man. It's really going to be interesting this preseason, though, like just to see what the starting lineups are going to look like, see who Tibbs is going to run out there and all that. So, but I think everything right now is just bait. That's all it is.
Another slow news week.
It's gotta be, man.
Yeah,
you gotta talk about him.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And the good thing about it is, like I said before, it's a lot of flip flopping going back and forth. But to John's point, it's just like it just looks like something. It's just something to talk about. You know what I mean? Saying stuff just to say stuff, almost. Because Julius Randle is living his life. He's not a care in the world. He's at basketball camps. He's beating his son in games of 1-on-1. He's getting beat by other camp members. Like, he's just having fun. He's enjoying his time in his life.
That's it. Yeah. Join the break. That's what he got to do. And he's rehabbing. So, I mean, at this point, it's really just making sure he's prepped, good to go. You know what I mean? So, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, we got to see.
I think the Knicks want him. I really don't see how the Knicks could be looking elsewhere. You know what I mean? I just think that they're going to go into the season with the understanding that, we have who we have, and then let the season play out until February, and then see who may show up to be available. And then at that point, anything could happen. And then knowing, Leon Rose and team and squad, they keep everything on the hush, so anything is possible. But yeah, I think we're gonna be in good shape, man. I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
No, I agree. I think you're right, bro. I think we are in a really good spot, and there's a lot of positive things to look forward to, and there's no reason for us to change that mindset. Keep that going. It's the same, almost. It's not an exact duplicate of how we went into last season, but really part of the mindset is there, because a lot of us were very positive that this Knicks team was going to come in and get off to a good start, because all the guys, we didn't have a lot of turnover with regards to who we had on the team. So we felt like there would be some continuity. The C word, it's back, baby.
Right.
So yeah, and I feel the same way going into this season.
Right.
Why not? Yep.
Yeah.
Shout out to Randu in the building. What up, Randu? Salute to the chat. He says, appreciate you, brother. Good to see you. Long Island Sound is in the building. What up, Long Island Sound? He said, yo, L says people have to have faith. That's a fact, L. That is a fact. Kareem Grant is in the building. What up, twin? Says salute, Ron and John. Peace to the chat. Good to see you. Yeah, right. Old head said, why trade 25, 10, and 5 for who? No, yeah, exactly. Right. You don't just trade somebody just to trade somebody. We've talked about this. I'm almost exhausted. We talked about this so many times. And the bottom line here, whether you like what I have to say, what John has to say, or anything that you get from Still Knicks fans, the bottom line here is this Knicks organization, they like Julius Randle. They know what he brings to the table. And they're going to give Julius Randle a chance to succeed and or to fail. A chance to show that, hey, you know what? Maybe this isn't working as planned. Maybe we got to but they're not going to just do it without knowing how it's going to look. I mean, how crazy would it be if the Knicks would have traded Julius Randle right before the season starts, and the rest of the guys in the team, like, we have a bad season, like without Julius, the season just is bad. How
Mm-hmm.
crazy would we look as an organization? People are like, well, they never should have traded Julius. It would look nuts.
Oh, yeah.
You got
And it's split down the middle. It's there. I mean, it's going to be split down down the middle regardless, because there are Knicks fans right now who feel like they should be trading Randle to get him, get the most assets you can get for a guy of his stature. But I think true, the Knicks themselves as an organization see the value in Randle. You know what I mean? They've seen it from the moment he stepped foot into the Garden, basically.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? They believe in his game and what he has to offer, and Tibbs believes in him. And he believes in himself. He believes in sort of what he can do with this team. And I think, reporters or columnists that had stated in the past that he doesn't fit in well with this current Knicks roster because the Villanova boys are their own sort of four-headed monster, and they sort of tied together. I think that could be far from the truth. I think Randle himself knows when he needs to be a part of a conversation and knows when he doesn't. It's like with any kind of sports team. You're gonna have the people who you can lean on for advice, or also give. And then you're gonna have those who you sort of like. You play a different part in the team structure. So
Right.
for me, I think Randle understands it. He's a vet right now. He's no longer a 2-year player, 3-year player. He's a vet, and he has the experience, he has the understanding, and he has the ears of every player on that roster. And I think that's the most important part.
No, I agree. That makes a lot of sense. I mean, it's just one of those things. Like, you can't just assume that because there might be the hint of some adversity that you got to just jump ship and make a move. Well, you don't know how that it's going to work out. There could be, I mean, nobody's perfect, and this team is not perfect. They're going to have to go out there and show that they can play up to the standards that we think they're going to play at. Like, guys got to put the time and the work in. The defenders on the team that everybody is clamoring for and saying we got, wing stop and nothing's happening. Like, they're gonna have to show out. Like, we got to.
Right.
It's about less. It's gonna be less about talk. This and more about what you doing on the court. It's coming. Right. It's coming, guys.
Right. Absolutely. The first 20 games of the season is going to prove to us what kind of talent we have on the court, and what we're looking towards. You know what I'm saying? So. I don't expect the Knicks to drop under third in the East. I think they should be top 3 throughout the entire season. Knowing Tibbs and how he wants to play the game, he's not letting go of those first few games early on in the season. Like, he wants them ready to go from jump. And so he understands that it's a long game. You know what I mean? It's basically it's a marathon. It's not like a sprint. And he's going to have his guys prepared. And at the end of the day, it's a good thing that teams want our players. You know what I mean? Like, it's a great thing. If there are teams out there who will have interest in some of our players, it's always going to be a good thing. Because at the end of the day, with this new franchise agreements and all of these TV deals and all of that, the second apron and all of that, you're going to have to at some point make moves. And why not, right? So you have to pique other teams' interest. So that's a no-brainer. If you're not, you're not doing something right. You know what I mean? You're doing everything wrong if they're not interested.
I mean, dude, they're on national TV 34 times this year. Like, come on.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
You know what I'm saying?
That's how it's supposed to be, man.
Let's give it up for them knowing what's really happening. You know what I mean?
That's the way it's supposed to be, man.
It's about time.
Wouldn't like it any wrong. It's about time. Remember those years we had to catch them. MSG only, and then even those were like, did we ever get blocked by the Rangers and we got pushed to like MSG 2?
I think MSG 2. Yep. They would move the Knicks all around the place. You kidding me?
Yeah.
I remember there was a couple. I mean, I don't know why. There was a couple times there was no Knicks basketball on at all. I couldn't find it. I was like, "Where's it at?" No MSG 1, 2, or 3. I was like, "Yikes!" It was a rough time. But we've changed. We better now. We better.
We battle tested.
Yes, we are battle tested. That's right. I like that. That's a good way of putting it. We are battle tested. All right, and shout out to everybody who's tuned in watching. We at 49 people watching, but 19 likes, y'all. Let's get them likes up. If you're here and you just tuned into the show and you're enjoying the conversation, please smash that like button. Show your love to the show. Show your love to everything that we got going on at SKF, because we are here, and we appreciate everything you guys are doing to help the content, move forward. That being said, let me just say what's up to a couple more people real quick before we get into any new topic. Shout out to Saul Hashim in the building. What up, Saul? He said, "Word up, John." He agrees.
Yeah,
appreciate you, Saul.
that.
Hey, Prezi the boss in the building. Salute SKF Mafia. That's right. We are here. What's going on, Prezi? My guy Gideon Amanqua in the building. What up, G Money? He says, salute everyone. Happy Labor Day. Appreciate you, brother. Prezi said, hit the Hulk, smash that like button. Hashtag Hulk, smash that like button. I got you. Saul said, do you think they will be in the practice facility this week? I mean, they don't there's that whole thing, like whether you have to report or not. I think there might be a chance there might be some that show up. Like this is the time where the young guys show up. You know what I mean? The Tyler Koleks and the Huck Porties and those guys might show up. But as far as everybody, I don't know. Who knows, man? Yeah, let's see. Gideon, thank you. Appreciate you. Said smash the likes. Appreciate you, Gideon. E. Gibson is in the building. Salute, E. Gibson. He said Julius helped set the blueprint for where we are now with the raised expectations. I do believe the front office considers him part of their plan in contending for a title. I think we all, can pretty much agree with that. Like the front office definitely loves Julius Randle. James Dolan loves Julius Randle. Tom Thibodeau loves Julius Randle. Like unless Julius Randle really, I think it's only two things. Either he don't play right, like he don't play well for an extended period of time, and they're just like, I don't know, or he just doesn't look like himself. Like, and it's just, it doesn't look like he's going to heal the way he's supposed to. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think he will heal because other people have had this injury and they've been able to come back from it. So I think those are the only two scenarios.
Yeah, what is there not to like in a Julius Randle type player, right? He goes home to his family. He's not out there doing the wrong thing. He's very limited when it comes to like the media. He says very little. He's available during and after games to talk to the media, to hold himself and the team accountable. Like, what is there not to like? He's on this, he 20-10 guy, all-star, I just come on. We got ourselves we got a couple of studs on this team. This is great. You know what I'm saying? Like we look up and down the roster, we got 2 all-stars. We got a player in a Mikal Bridges who can be a resurging player who can potentially make an all-star if he has like a lights out season. We got OG, lockdown defender, Mikal, lockdown defender. We got Josh Hart, all energy. DiVincenzo knocks down the 3 with regularity, right? And then we got, what is McBride killing it in the offseason. Got a kid a scholarship, right? It's like we got good rooks. Tyler Kolek looks like he's for real. You know what I mean? Like it's up and down the roster, man. We look good, man. Mitchell Robinson comes back. He's gonna be a monster in the paint, If we get any signs of what we see in the offseason from Sims, it's going to be special. You know what I mean? So,
and not to mention, we do know that there's that void at the center position, but it could get filled. Like John said, if Jericho shows us anything of what he was working on, if that comes to fruition and looks real out there, that's going to be great for us. If Ariel Huckporty, who could be the backup in waiting, if he's the guy, then we are coming from a whole different perspective. Huck Porter could go out there and ball out, and we're like, backup center who? Backup center what? Like, we might be in a good shape, and you never know.
Mark Cuban will be shaking right now because he had the conversation with Jalen, and he kept poking the bear, like, you guys ain't gonna have a center this year, like kind of deal, you know what I mean? Like, you ain't gonna have that versatility at the center
Yeah.
position, but who knows? You know what I mean?
You
We may
just
we may
never
have a
know.
couple of gems. You never know.
Yeah, and if
What the all
anything, we
seasons for, right?
exactly, and if anything, we're built to stop a team like Dallas anyway. He knows that.
Right, right.
We got the guys to help control, not necessarily stop, but they got some stars over there. Help control
I,
those
I,
guys a little bit.
did you watch the pod? Did you watch that pod?
I saw clips of it. I didn't watch the
Oh,
whole
it's so
thing.
good. You gotta watch it. It's so good, man.
I'm going to.
He
I'm
looked
going
hurt.
to.
He looked hurt, and
The,
Brunson looked like he was like, "I'm gonna do me," and that's
yeah,
what he
yeah,
did. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, and it looked like he didn't expect that from Brunson.
And I did see the end of it too. I mean, the end was
Mm.
interesting with when Brunson asked him, about what his remarks about the family stuff,
About his
what he
family.
said.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could tell Brunson
Hey,
was not happy about that.
no punches, and he kept it real.
Yeah, yeah. This is good, man. We and to piggyback on what you were saying, and I talked about this. I think it was this past Saturday. Yeah. Um, to what John's saying, like the Knicks outside of the backup center, and even that we talked about on Saturday too. If it wasn't for the fact that the system is what the system is, and Tom Thibodeau is the big man whisperer, and Hartenstein was able to look so good and improve his game, he was able to go get that bag. But the circumstances could have been different. If Mitchell Robinson was healthy and starting most of the season, Hartenstein wouldn't be used in the same way and as much as he was. And maybe he still would have been a Knick right now. Things work out a certain way for a reason. His platform, circumstances, it was elevated.
Right.
But other than that, so like what John was saying, we talked about it before. They've addressed all the concerns and needs that this Knick team has looked like they've had over the past few years. Guys, once again, I don't want to beat the dead horse, but they have addressed everything. We lacked the 3-point shooting. We addressed the 3-point shooting. We lacked the perimeter defense. We addressed the perimeter defense. We lacked size on the perimeter. We addressed size on the perimeter. We didn't have, prior to Brunson, we didn't have a true point guard. We have a true point guard. They have addressed everything that you could think of. And I think that says volumes. That not only tells you that this front office is moving in the right direction, that they have capable-minded people in the front office. Even if they don't move to the beat of our drum, they move to the beat of their own drum and they get it done. We just have to be patient and wait. So I'm feeling good about the team is what I'm basically saying.
Yeah. Yes, we do. And Sherwin, I hear you. I'm tired of all the Randle trade talk too. It don't make no sense. He's a Knick. He's gonna be a Knick. He'll be a Knick for the future until we make a run at this championship. Because to be honest, I think it's championship or bust, right? That's what we in it for. So we got to. I mean, they, not we, but they have to show and prove. We just got to sit back and ride the wave. You know what I mean?
All right. Gideon says, I'd rather keep Randle. He is a top 5 power forward right now.
Easy.
He really is.
Maybe
he really
top
is.
3, top 2.
Yeah.
Power
I mean,
forward.
he's got the ability to be one of the best players in the league, not even just power forward. He really could be top 10 in the league if everything went right. Like, you know what I mean? Like if the focus was on defense, and it could be this year with all the other pieces that are going to help this team defensively, it'll make Randle's job a lot easier. If instead of having to take the full burden of being that number 2 scorer, maybe he can, ease into it a little bit more because we have other options, which will help his shot selection, which will help his efficiency. All this stuff is positive for Julius Randle, and it's all I'm telling you, more people are gonna recognize how good he is because this is the difference that the Knicks have been waiting for a while. This is what other teams like the Boston can say they have because they got all these good players at different positions. Guys don't have to work as hard, or guys don't have to force shots. You got other opportunities. Guys can pass out of the double team. They don't have to, shoot a shot when you're getting doubled. It's like all these benefits to that, and the Knicks are starting to get that as well. So it's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
And the game comes easier when you got guys you can rely on. Like when you have a trust in the guy. And to be honest with you, the only shift is really not having Hartenstein and bringing in Macau. Not much else has changed, right? When it comes to the core guys who are going to have the bulk of the minutes. And so Randle is already comfortable with the team. Now it's just, how do I play off of Macau? You know what I mean? And it really is, how does Macau play off for him, right? Like, because Macau is going to be doing a lot of like, moving to the open positions and or cutting to the basket, finding an open lane, for him to pass to. So his game doesn't really have to shift. It's everyone else, like an OG, how that sort of dynamic work. It's going to be the same thing for Macau.
Agreed. Yep, 100%. Shout out to Kerry Cox in the building. What up, Kerry? Appreciate you. Good to see you. He says salute, Ron and John. L also reminding you guys, if you are watching from X and Facebook, please share the live. Yeah, please show your love and share the live. And if you haven't subscribed, all you got to do is come on over to YouTube. Even if you like watching on X, come on over to YouTube, click on Still Knicks Fans, hit subscribe, and go back to X and continue watching the show. But if you're watching and you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Shout out to my man Hector. That's his line. We surveyed 100 people in the building. Said, I remember Alonzo Trier was the best thing going for us. Facts. You understand the struggle. You know what it is. Exactly. That's right. You know what it is, brother. Prezi says, our team is awesome sauce. Can't wait for everyone to take it to the next level. Orange and blue skies. Facts. Hey, this is somebody new that I haven't seen in the chat in recent times, or maybe ever. New York Knicks Rewind in the building. Salute to you. Okay, thank you for being here. It says salute.
Love
SKF.
The logo. Love the logo.
Yeah, it's nice. It says salute SKF. Let's go Knicks. September about to fly by. Facts. He also said Hart and Devo possible 6th man of the year. Yeah,
that is true.
I like it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Sha Powers in the building. One half of Knicks Real Talks. What up, Sha? Appreciate you, my brother.
For me, I know you've been probably.
I've been chopping it up with Sha. He's been blessing me with his presence on Saturdays.
Nice.
Yeah, man. But thank you. Please, everybody, go support Sha Powers and Knicks Real Talk on YouTube. They got a booming channel, very positive, get you right. And believe me, in a couple, maybe a month and a half or so, when basketball gets going, you're gonna see the pre-games. They're gonna get you right for put you in the right mind state. Yeah,
absolutely.
I
also. True honesty, man. I gotta catch up on some of those SKF weekly, not the weeklies, the Know the Legends, man. I've been.
It's busy, okay, man. You've been busy, bro. You've been busy.
Catch up.
Don't worry, they here. Replay gang.
Yeah,
Replay gang is here for a reason.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? You good? Go. On one of these days, when you ain't got nothing.
You already know.
Get yourself one of these SKF mugs.
Yeah.
Put your little something in there.
Yes, sir.
Just saying, a little shameless plug. It is what it is. Sorry, guys. Okay. Shout out to Sherwin in the building. He said, good night, all. We on the Randle nonsense again. I see. No, we not. But someone is.
Yeah, they are. They are.
They are. Exactly. Shout out to you, Sherwin. Hey, Glamour Knicks is in the building. Hey, guys, just dropping in. Appreciate you. I hope you're doing well out there. Hope your Labor Day was good. Okay, so let me see here. I think I got pretty much everybody. Hey, Brooklyn Butch, what up, Brooklyn? Appreciate you. Good to see you. And we got another member of the SKF Army in the building, Mr. David Smith. What up, brother? Appreciate you.
Salute.
Good to see you. All right. Okay. Well, that's different. But I don't know if that's going to come up, David. But he said, I would trade Randle for Towns in a millisecond. No-brainer. Makes the Knicks instant title contenders. Get it done, Leon. I mean,
everyone has their opinion, man.
I will say that, you got to understand, David, for the benefits that you get with Karl Anthony Towns, you're going to get some negatives too. It's just understanding which one outweighs the other, right? Which one is more valuable? Is Towns' consistency and efficiency and the ability to stretch the floor from the center position more important than some of his defensive lapses, or his not being willing to play the center position, his not being willing to be the dog that we need him to be, or that his team would need him to be? Because sometimes he's not a dog for Minnesota either.
Did you say dog? His name is Cat.
I know. He's a cat. I know.
Come on.
He's meow. That's what I get it. My bad.
There ain't no dog in that guy, man.
He's a really great player, but he
He's
is
a
meow
nice
meow
guy,
mix. I
but
tell you,
he
he's
is
meow meow
not. There's
mix.
no dog. Right.
He's on aisle 5, you know, discounted $9.99, whatever. He's meow meow mix.
Oh,
I've said that before. It is what it is. What are you gonna do?
But more power to you, David. Like,
no. I mean, listen,
that's your opinion. Not saying he's a
in
bad
the
player, but
exactly, and in
I've
the
never
end,
seen any
this is
dog in him.
that's the point. But in the end,
Mhm.
you know, guys, whatever. We're Knicks fans, right? No matter what, we Knicks fans. If tomorrow we wake up and we find out
He's
Julius
on the
Randle got
team.
traded for Karl
We
Anthony
rooting with
Towns,
him. We rooting
ugh,
for him, right? We'll get over it quickly. We'll have
yeah,
to.
it is what it is. What we gonna do?
No pun intended.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
exactly. We'll find a way. Shout out the Knicks will be 2025-26 champs. Labor Day, Memorial Day. Can anyone really tell the difference? You know, those two are very interesting. That's you brought that up. That is true. Yeah, that's an interesting one. Good point. I don't know. I mean, yeah,
What
I
do you
mean, good
mean?
point. Yeah.
I'm confused. You
Got me stumped on that one, brother. I don't
What
know.
do you mean? Labor Day. Labor Day is for the labor, and memorials for
And
the
memorials
veterans.
for the memorials. You know, now for you just
For the
memorialize
vets.
the people. Yeah, you get it. But I mean, but I guess it's in a way, it's like because
For those
the reason why
for those of us who haven't served, it probably
right,
feels
right.
no different.
But the
Right?
thing is, I guess what he's saying, because I did hear this earlier yesterday and I heard it
Mhm.
today again. So I'm like, some people get them confused. Some people think
Right.
that when Memorial Day happens, it's Labor Day, and when Labor Day happens, it's Memorial Day.
Gotcha. Right.
I got
Right.
that today. So I guess maybe that's where he's coming from. It's not
Gotcha.
about the people who served and, you know, how
Yeah.
we should acknowledge them. That part is clear.
Yeah.
Shout out to Stream Elements. Thank you. Thanks for subscribing, Rodney Turner. Appreciate you. Thank you for
Appreciate
joining
that.
you know, the SKF Army. We appreciate you. Thank you for being here.
We surveyed 100 people. It's hilarious. Labor Day means your kid's about to go back to school.
That's true. That is true.
No more daddy daycare. Gotta go to school.
Yes,
Goodbye.
yes. So well, yes, Elle said, welcome to the SKF universe, Rodney. Yes, thank you. Thank you for being here. Okay. All right. Well, I got another topic. And so I didn't want to go too crazy with the topics for today's show because I knew that these two topics were going to be enough to carry the whole show. This next topic is going to be a little interesting for you guys, but you know, it is what it is, y'all. I saved this so that I could talk about it with John. John.
Hey.
You know, I'm very excited. Yeah, I'm very excited. Hey, and you see, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm very excited for everything that's going on with this Knicks team. This is a beautiful time. You know, like I said, you know, the front office has addressed many of our concerns, and I'm very positive going into the season. But what if things don't work as planned, folks? What if things do not work out as planned? What if going into this basketball season, Julius Randle struggles out the gate, takes a little bit more time to get acclimated, which a lot of us kind of think he will anyway, but some people think he'll be great. Either way, that's a given. That's a possibility that we can expect. And that's no problem with that. But what if while that's happening, for whatever reason, Jalen Brunson's struggling with his shot? It's just not quite there. You know, it takes him a little time to get it going. You know, out the gate, Mikal Bridges doesn't necessarily know where to find his spots because OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges are kind of, you know, interchangeable in how they play on the court. And maybe they're both occupying the same spots and running in the same lanes and going to the same spots in the corner. Remember we had the same problem with Julius Randle and RJ Barrett, how they occupied the same spaces. This is what ifs. What if Mitchell Robinson, I know, gets hurt? I know. Sorry, hold on. Where's the wood? I'm knocking on it. I know. What if all of this stuff happens? What if Dante DiVincenzo, now that he's not a starter and now that he's not going to get an extended amount of minutes, he's going to get good minutes and it'll be spot depending, he'll get more than other. You know what I mean? What if in a reduced role on the bench, He's just not as consistent with his shot. He looks a little bit more like the DiVincenzo we've seen in past years on other teams. What if? So that's what I want to ask, John. What if? What if things
You
don't
know
work
what
out
I
the way we
love about
expected?
this what if question? You ran through 7 what ifs. You ran through 6 or 7 what ifs, bro. That's a lot of what ifs
There's a
in
lot of
order
what
for us to
ifs.
fail. In
Yeah,
order for us to fail,
true.
there's a
That's
lot of
true.
what ifs. So I'm not worried, to be honest with you. That's a lot of what ifs. You mean to tell me that DiVincenzo is gonna flip and not be that shooter that he was the year before? You're gonna tell me that Hart ain't gonna give you the kind of hustle that he's given you in years before? You mean to tell me that Mitchell Robinson is not gonna start the season off in good shape and blocking shots and rebounding like a monster? You mean to tell me that that's what's going to happen? You mean Jalen Brunson, who understands the game, who plays off of 2 feet, who controls the pace of a game, who knows when to turn it on and turn it off? You mean he's going to struggle? I love the what ifs, man. I'll take those what ifs. I'm a gambling man. I'm taking the Knicks up. You know what I'm saying? In any scenario this year, in any scenario, I'm telling you, I don't even think we need to be doing the weekly picks anymore, because on my side, it's gonna be
It's
win,
gonna
win,
be
win,
win.
win. It ain't never gonna be no loss against nobody. I don't care what team we up against. It ain't gonna be no. It's all wins all season. I'm not doing it. I'm telling you.
Hold on, hold on, hold
So the
on.
what
This is for
is
John because
dead.
he's on one right now.
It's
He is
dead. I'm telling
on
you.
one right now, man.
Uh,
Jeez.
I
Oh,
done
wait.
jumped off
What's going on?
I jumped off. Trust me, I jumped off the ledge.
There you go. There you go. Nah, man. That's dope. That's
it's,
dope.
it's our reality. Our reality is that you need 6, 7 what ifs in order to break us down. You get what I'm saying? Like we have fillers in every position except the only question mark we have right now is in the center position. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that
Mhm,
for the mere fact that Tibbs understands the center role and can make
mhm.
any center play the game that he wants them to play. Defensively, strategically, he knows what he needs from the center. We're not asking the centers to score points. All we're asking centers to do is rebound the ball, make great, defensive. Make sure you know your defensive assignment, and just play good team basketball. That's basically, and hustle. That's all he's asking for. All the other stuff like block shots and steals and shooting high percentage from the free throw, that's a bonus. Tibbs don't expect that. Tibbs just wants you to understand your defensive assignment, rebound the ball, make high IQ plays. Play good team basketball. It's not much he's asking for. So, you know what I mean?
Hey, you know what I mean? Like that is the one of the best comebacks to an argument about what
Yeah.
if that you're gonna find anywhere, folks. That's something that you also want to think about as Knicks fans, right? Because there's always going to be naysayers, there's going to be haters, and in your own mind, or even
Mhm.
people around you, your own fellow Knicks fans,
Right.
going to be like,
Right.
they're going to throw some what ifs at you. I just hit you with 7. John knocked down all 7. They're telling you
Matter.
basically
It
all of
don't
that
matter.
basically has to happen for the Knicks to have a terrible season, but that's a lot to happen. We've already seen. Shout out
What
to the chat.
what if what if what if Deuce McBride don't have the greatest starts as a backup point guard? Oh wait, we got Kolek. Oh, what if Sims isn't what he's mounted to be? Oh, guess what? We got Huck Porty. You get what I'm saying? We got fillers in every position. I'm not afraid. Come on, man. I wish I had the Eminem song right now.
I
I'm
know,
not
I know you
afraid.
do. I know you
Come
do.
on. Come on, son. You crazy?
Hey, man.
Hey, we will lose games this season. It's inevitable. But will I choose any team to beat us this season? Hell to the no. It's Knicks all day. I'm going as far. All 82. I'm expecting to win. That's it. I'm saying win on all of them. All of them.
Let's go, John. Let's
All of
go,
them.
man. Let's go. Listen, guys, that's what it's really about. And that's why, the point of asking the question is just about that, so that we could all kind of rest easy. There's a
Mhm.
bunch of what ifs out there. And like I was saying, somebody in the chat said it. There was the biggest what if last year. I think it was
Right.
maybe it was Ala Wise or so. Whoever said it, I want to give you credit, but you know who you are. The biggest
Right.
what if last year was about the Knicks and the injuries. And we saw how
Right.
good they could play as a team to get to the second round. And yeah, sometimes the one too many injuries happens and you just can't overcome it. But listen,
Mhm.
we even talk about it, even with having Julius Randle out, even with having Mitchell Robinson out, with having no Bogdanovich. If we would have just had OG, we think we could have beat Indiana and made it to the finals. So, Eastern Conference Finals, should I say? So either way, the point is, this team can get through a lot of adversity.
Mhm.
They're used to playing as the underdog, and I think they play really well at it. So, and you already heard from Jalen Brunson himself earlier, a couple months ago or a month ago or so, when he accepted the captaincy. He
Mhm.
likes the Knicks playing from the underdog. He doesn't want them to be too high about themselves. He wants them to have that chip on their shoulders. So yeah,
I mean, that's what you need, right? Like
yeah,
every team, even though they're expected, as long as they're not at this point, they're not even ranked number 1 in the East, right? They're ranked number 3 or 4 right now, right? By the odds makers in Vegas, right? So they have something to prove. And that's really what it takes. You need that chip on your shoulder to have something to prove. At the end of the day, we gotta knock down Boston and we gotta knock down Philly to get there. And that's the point of this. We gotta come out on top. So, at the end of the day, we all know we don't have a current, uh statable, reliable center, as people would say. Right now, we're going in with Mitchell Robinson as a starter, Sims as a backup. That's who we got. We got to roll with that and see how it goes. But at the end of the day, how many NBA teams really have every position on lock? How many teams? Very, very little.
it's true.
And then on top of that, who's to say that those star players on those teams can't get injured? We've seen that before. We've seen it. We've seen Giannis go down. We've seen it. So, and we've seen it on our end too. Some of our players went down last year, which cost
Hmm.
ECF, opportunity, you know what I mean, to contend for one, you know what I mean? So I'm not concerned. I'm just glad, like you said, we have depth this year. And that's the key. That's the key component, because as one man goes out, we're not going to suffer too much. We're not going to suffer. You need multiple people to go down with
Right,
injury in order to really start to struggle. And
right.
I don't see that happening. I'm gonna have faith in this year, and not I'm expecting we come out healthy, and and everything falls in our favor.
Yeah. No,
That's it.
I listen, you're preaching to the choir over here. I agree 100%.
Yeah.
I got to ask the question so that we can have the conversation, so that the Knicks fans out there can understand that this is what you say to the what ifs. This is what you say
Mhm.
to the haters, to the naysayers that say, oh, this can happen. This can happen. Oh, other teams in the East got better. Oh, other teams in the West. Who cares?
Right.
We worried about the Knicks,
Right.
and the Knicks look good. Okay.
Right.
We just got to see it on the court. But from what we know, what they've already shown us, the type of grit, the adversity they've already played through, and this is the majority of the same guys on this team, you got to feel really good about the product, man.
Yeah.
You got to feel
The
really good about
continuity is gonna be there. The continuity is there already. So it's gonna be there. There's no question about that. No one has to learn the playbook. That's another thing. The only person we gotta is the rooks who gotta learn
it.
it.
Yeah,
And Macau probably already runs a lot of those plays. So
right,
probably
right.
not going to be a stretch for him to learn it. You know what I mean? Especially from what there is expected of him. You know what I mean? So I just think we're gonna be ready from the start of the season, man. And it's gonna be, people aren't gonna miss that we don't have um a so-called center. Like no
Mhm.
one's gonna miss us missing out on a Kessler, for instance. I don't think we're gonna miss it. I don't think people are gonna be like, oh my God, if we had Kessler, instead of Mitchell, or Hartenstein, I think we're just gonna run the gambit, man. I think we will lose 1 or 2 games here and there, but I think we're just gonna be going, on streaks, 3 in a row, 4 in a row, sometimes 5, 6 in a row. Even sometimes I could even see 8 in a row. You know what I mean? So just expect a lot of that this year.
I mean, we've won 9 in a row with Nerlens Noel at the center.
Nerlens
Noel, what I mean?
Like,
just saying.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody in the chat that may have joined. Please smash that like button if you haven't already done so. Shout out to Nick P in the building. Appreciate you, Nick P. He said we have to consider other teams got better as well. See, that was one of the things I said too, that people do say, and that's true, obviously.
That's fine.
But you know what, Nick P? Every year other teams get better. Every year we hear the same thing. Last year, you know what we heard?
We heard the same thing.
Other teams are getting better, but in particular, oh, watch out for Orlando. Watch out for Indiana. Right. Now, were they right? Yes.
Yeah.
Who finished number 2 in the East? The New York Knicks. Not Indiana, not Orlando.
Right.
So, and yes, did we get knocked out by
Indiana?
We got bounced. But we got bounced. A hurt team got bounced by a more healthy team in Indiana. Right. We could all say, I mean, I don't think there's a Knicks fan confidently. It's not no Homer stuff because you're a Knicks fan. And I think other fans, they saw how the Knicks played. If the Knicks had Julius Randle and OG Anunoby, Mitchell Robinson, Bogdan, we not losing. Come on, man.
We watching them.
Anyway,
they don't have anybody who could defend Randle, so it would have been a wash. Like we would have watched them. It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy talk.
Yeah. I'm with you.
And I'm not concerned about Tibbs because Tibbs just finally has a team that he's been wanting from the inception. Obviously, him and Leon Rose have, talked through.
They've
plan.
They synced it up, man.
You know what I mean? Like this is exactly what he's been asking for. They locked it in, and it just happened to be to bring a couple of Villanova guys to fill those voids. And he got what he asked for. We got wings with height, who can defend, who could shoot the 3. What more can you ask for? You know what I'm saying? Sims could finish at the rim. He's athletic as hell. You know what I mean? Mitchell Robinson, if he's healthy, we've seen what he could do. So I'm not concerned, man. Not concerned.
I like it, man. I'm feeling good about it too, man. I like where you're at now, John. That's good. The positivity is flowing, man.
I see Kerry Cox says ECF are the expectations this year. That's great. I'm a little further than that. I am championship or bust. Make it to the championship or it's a bust. That's how they should be looking at this season. And that's what Brunson talked about. Brunson talks about it all the time. He's like, it's a failure if you don't make the championship. That's it. The goal is to be at the championship game, to be the last 2 teams headed for it, because at the end of the day, that's what you play for. You play for championships. And with the team that they got going on the court this year, this roster is meant to, contend for one. You know what I mean? And you only got a 3-year, 4-year window, maybe 3-year max. I say 3-year window. I don't even say 4-year. 3-year window, and then you break it up. You start over.
Right. And I just want to say that my opinion, I don't know about everybody else's opinion. Personally, my opinion, if you have a healthy Mitchell Robinson for the most of the year, and especially playoff time, to me, this team as it is right now, and of course, other guys got to be healthy. You need Julius Randle out there. You need Jalen Brunson. Okay.
A full healthy team. Full healthy.
Yes.
Right.
Fully healthy. This team is an ECF team to me. Easy. Now, the difference between that and the NBA Finals is how good guys play when they're on the court, but more importantly, how good the other pieces play on the court. The pieces that you don't necessarily know what you're going to get from them. You just hope they fill their roles. How good those guys play, like coming off the bench, how good Deuce plays, whoever gets minutes in certain spots. If Huck Porty is here as the backup center, how good he plays, how good Sims plays, that's going to be the difference between whether this team can make it further than the ECF and make it to the finals and possibly win it. We talked about this on Saturday. Don't care what team it is. Every championship team needs other guys to step up. You know what you're going to have to get from your stars. You know what you're going to have to get from your secondary pieces and your role players. Well, secondary pieces, I should say. but your role players. Somebody has to step up, and that's the difference. That's what we're gonna need.
Right.
We'll see.
Yeah, but it happens every year. Like we got Precious. Everyone keeps forgetting we signed Precious, so he's gonna play minutes. Given opportunity. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, like, there's a pecking order to all of it. And at the end of the day, when it's your time and you're called to come in, you just have to win your matchup. That's basically what it comes down to. Especially the guys off the bench. Guys off the bench, you're intended. You're expected to win your matchup. You're not expected to do anything other than that. If you could win your matchup, then you put in the starters in a winning position. You know what I mean? The starters have more of the combination of like, okay, how do we get this flow going? You know what I mean? The bench is really to get there to just give them quality minutes. You know what I mean? And remember that year that Rose came in and started and was helping the team really come off to good, you know what I mean? Better. They were coming out of better starts when he came off the bench than they were the starters. You remember that?
Right.
And so
right.
It's really just that. It's really all about that. It's like, can you win your matchup? And when you're in there, can you be a plus more than a minus? You know what I mean? And that'll give us everything we need to even win close games. You know what I mean? Even the games that we have to, that we don't have things clicking, and guys are missing shots. It's really the hustle of a DiVincenzo or Hart and Precious who gonna, keep us in those games, and in order for a Randle or a Brunson to finish them. So I'm good. We good, man. I'm not worried about no trades, no nothing. Not until February. Let's see what we look like. I'm not looking for no trades. I'm locked in. Towns could go kick rocks. All the rest of those dudes could go kick rocks. Come bring it, because that's what they talking. You know what I mean? You think Cat's worried to New York? He ain't worried. He's talking about, oh, he got his man over there, and Edwards gonna run the league, yada yada yada. Come on, son. They're not hearing all of that. If they ain't talking about being about the Knicks, I ain't hearing it. I don't want them. I don't want
to hear that. Facts, 100%. Shout out. You guys heard the sound. That means we got a super chat. Shout out to my guy, 713 Gamer, SKF Army member in the building. Appreciate you, my brother. He said, I live in Houston and F the Rockets. I'm a Knicks fan forever. Facts. Yeah. Facts. I'm talking about bars, baby. Bars. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Listen, it's not about what ifs anymore. It's not about, what's not going to work out. It's going to work out. That's how you got to look at it. And that's how the team got to look at it. Team got to look at it like, when we go into the season, we're better than everybody else.
That's exactly how they look at it.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's exactly how you look at it. You think, yeah, man, come on, man. You think I'm going to step on court, say like, yo, they got the best player on the team. I'm not playing. Come on. I'm going for his head.
That's crazy. That's the thing that we hear all the time. I mean, they even made that. They was trying to run with that narrative before the season was over, right? Oh, yeah. When you look at this team and this team and this team, when the Knicks are out there, who's got the best player on the court? Get out of here with that.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, we did, because Brunson was
at the end of the day, we did. That's right.
We did. Right. And when Randle was clicking, we did. And when OG and Randle and Brunson were clicking from those 15 games, we had the best player on the court at any given moment. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not worried about it, man. So with the defensive squad that we got going on, every team is on notice. They're afraid to see us. I promise you, they're afraid to see us healthy. Promise you that. Because they know they can't win their matchup.
We just gotta let it play out, guys. We gotta let it play out. I just want everybody to understand, no matter what you think, there's gonna be some times where the guys don't necessarily believe it. They're gonna need to see it, right? You're gonna look at other teams and say, well, this is how they did it. We don't look like them. Everybody's different, man. Everybody's different. And in fact, another thing that I wanted to bring up, it's a detriment to their old system, but shows the ability for them to adapt. We've always talked about the Boston Celtics as being a solid team with really good players. They're always in the mix, right? Every year they have one of the best records. Now, I'm not saying they have the best, but they have one of the best records. Every year they're in the playoffs. but we've watched them get knocked out early in the past. We've watched things not work out for them. What did they do? They changed up their system. Not only did they add more defensive players to add to their team, they're full of defensive guys, right? They added guys who can get them buckets. They added guys who have been in situations before. They added a former champion in Drew Holiday, as well as a special defender. But they also adopted a different style of basketball. They shoot threes like they're the Golden State Warriors now. And it worked for them, guys. They led the NBA in 3-point shots made last year. That's totally different from their normal style of play under their old coach, Udoka. They were shooting threes, but they weren't shooting threes like this.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it worked, and they won the championship. So you just never know what is proper.
They got no choice but to run it back, to be honest with you, because now you're paying two guys max deals.
Right.
You know, after this year, they're at their second apron.
No, they're already in. As of right now, John, they're in right now. 203 million. They're in the second apron.
They're stuck, and then come the following year, so they got 2 years to keep winning, basically last year and this year, because after that they gotta lose some guys, because you can't pay everybody. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it is what it is. They got a 2-year run, if they can make so, and we're trying to end that. So I'm not concerned, man. I'm not concerned. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not either, bro.
Everybody's ready. They're looking at the Knicks. I'm salivating, bro. I'm ready. Can't wait. Can't wait to be on. Be like, yo, Knicks win another one. Here we go. And here's another win. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be lovely, man. Lovely.
L's got a question for you guys in the chat. Please show us some love and respond to a question. However you choose, whatever works for you, however you feel about it. And thank you to everybody who's tuned in. Shout out to Coach Malpica in the building. Salute, Coach. Salute to Antonio in the building. I see you. What's good? Salute to Nick P. Once again. Appreciate you, Nick. Shout out to my guy Dwayne Dennis in the building. Salute. Also, shout out to Travel Vibes in the building. What up, Travel Vibes? So Travel Vibes had said something, and I'll be honest, bro. I don't know. You know, I don't know what happened. If you could fill us in. I know other people were asking to be filled in as well. He said, don't want to change the subject, but prayers up to all who were affected by the madness on Eastern Parkway. So I'm really curious to know what happened.
5 people killed or something like that, but I don't know if
what really.
Yeah, you know, Eastern Parkway every year is always something. You know
this is what I'm talking about, John. And I was supposed to be out there with my job, and I was like, nah, man, I don't really go out there like that. Not that day.
It's not worth it, bro. It's never worth it, bro. Even Juve be wild at night. Crazy. Leave that for the youngins. And right now, there's way too many little young gangs creeping up. There's a lot going on out there, man. Yeah, and my pops is like a block away. He's like a block away from like the main Ave. So I told him stay indoors. Stay inside, bro. Don't come out. Not even if you need like, you know, get everything the day before. Get your
right. It makes no sense to stay inside. It gets crazy every year. Every year it's crazy. It's a shame because you know these events and these gatherings are supposed to be for a positive message. It's a celebration, right? And everybody takes this the wrong way. And
it's the youngins, man.
I know, but John, you know what hasn't happened in a while, and I'm surprised. The city hasn't shut it down. The city's still letting it rock, because when the city really wants to shut it down, they'll say, "Look, no parade. Cops will be out there. They won't let nobody up and down that." They haven't done it. But they do it. It's going to be a problem.
Yeah. Well, look, it's a new mayor in town, man. You know, he like the migrants. He like it all, man. So it is what it is. We living in it, man.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
And also
there was like 5 down, 5 people who killed today. I don't know exactly if they were separate or they're together. I don't have no idea.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, and prayers and condolences to all the families involved in any negativity that were affected. That's horrible, and sorry to hear if there was losses and casualties because of it.
Yeah,
we got to do better, man. This world, and especially our youth has kind of lost a little direction, man. We need a leader, man. We don't have leaders anymore. When we were younger, we used to laugh sometimes because of the narratives, but we need leaders. So
yeah. And we need the young to start leading too. I think that's what's missing. You know, we ain't got no young people like, you know what I mean, who are really leading into the sense of like keeping mind on living life and enjoying life. And there's more, you know, positivity in this world for you as a young, you know, a young person, I should say. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
you know, that's what we don't have. We don't have a young 20-year-olds, 22, 24, you know, giving it or bringing it back, you know what I'm saying, for the kids who are teenagers and sort of sharing light, you know what I mean? Like, because the teenagers are looking up to a few years older than them, you know what I mean? So when you're 12, you're looking at someone who's 16, 18, you know what I mean? You're not looking at an OG like us, you know what I mean? You're not looking at the 40-year-olds doing family things, you know what I mean? You're looking at
Right.
the young kids
Exactly.
who are going out partying, hustling, doing things they're probably not supposed to be doing. So, you know, I think those folks need to start, you know, giving a little bit more than they have been, and you know, so I'm
100%.
I'm hopeful, but again, with this migrant crisis we got going on, there's a lot going on, man. Ain't nobody safe out there. Ain't nobody safe,
Yeah.
man. They
It's
robbing
wild,
people
man.
off of you know, the little bikes and all of that. City bikes, robbing people off of city bikes, off of the scooters, all of that. It's out there wild, man. Tell you,
Yeah.
every time I see something pulling up behind me, man, I'll be turning around ready to take somebody's head off. Not
And
playing. Don't get close.
that's what I'm saying.
Get
Like
close.
we are happy. We're excited about this Nick team and the promise of what's going on. But you know, in
Mhm,
fairness in life, we got to be comfortable in how we live as a society. We
bro.
can't forget how to be human, folks.
Bro.
We gotta be cool to each other.
Have you
And
been in Atlantic Terminal lately?
no, dude, and I won't because I
Bro,
know I wild out
bro,
here.
bro. Yeah. Telling
Yeah,
you.
no, I hear you. It's wild out here. Nah, I keep
And
myself indoors, man.
bro, they don't know no different because they don't know better. Especially the migrants. They be out there doing what they do. They don't know better. So they be out there trying to get theirs. And I'll be like, okay, sígueme si quiere. You know, take your head
Yeah,
off.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Say- Real quick. So I'll be
Right.
catching
But
it.
and also, I mean, first off, you guys see what we're talking about. So that being said, let's keep it light. I see the chat's getting a little hype. We good,
Yeah.
y'all. Let's remember we all Nick fans. So don't be trying to take each other's heads off. There's differences of opinion. You may not
Mhm.
agree with it, but we respect all sides. We respect everybody's thoughts. As long as you keep it clean,
Listen,
there's a place for you.
no. I for no reason am I saying that parents don't have a place. Parents
Oh
do
no,
have
no,
a place. I think
I
it
hear you.
starts
Now I
with
wasn't even
parents
talking
for
about. I'm talking
sure.
about other stuff in the
Oh,
chat.
okay.
But
No, but
and I
just
was actually going to put up
Sherwin,
Sherwin's comment
you
in
know
a
what I mean?
second. To
Absolutely do.
Sherwin saying he said, "Ron, no disrespect. What you guys are saying is bull. Whatever. We need parents to teach their children better. My boys are not going out there to people. Right. I
Absolutely.
hear you. But John can speak to it himself. But
Mhm.
the other thing too is remember, we're not just talking about the people we raising. We've been here. We're talking about other people who just got here. They don't got no allegiance necessarily to how things move out here. They're coming
Mhm.
from other places. We are welcoming and trying to make this all-encompassing place for everybody to succeed and enjoy the dream of being in the United States of America. But
Mhm.
not
Absolutely.
everybody sees it that way. You guys understand. So it's a whole nother thing. I don't
Yeah.
want to get all too serious and if you want to call it political or
But
whatever, but
but
it's real life.
there
That's
are
what it is.
folks
It's
who are
real life.
there are folks who are coming in for the right reason, and
Right.
absolutely,
Correct. Correct.
100%, 100%. But there's those little pockets, man. Those little pockets mess it up for everybody, and that's
That's the
just the
thing.
reality of it.
You got
You
to
know what I
worry
mean?
about that. You got to
Yeah.
work. Listen, we already talked about. Look, you don't just to put it to bed and not continue with it. We're talking about the Eastern Parkway situation and the parade and all that. I don't go. I've lived here all my
Sad,
life.
bro.
I don't go there because I've seen how it is every year. Now every year is
Oh
different. It
yeah.
doesn't have to be as bad, but I've seen when it's been bad. That's not
Mhm.
about. That's in particular. That is not about migrants. That's about our
Mhm.
people that have been here. Some people don't know how to act. And there's a lot of young people that
It's
get
our
into it,
people,
and
right?
they go wild. They don't think about how families are affected, right?
Right.
And now you got other people that are coming here that necessarily don't have that same love. It's like if
Mhm.
we were to go somewhere else where those same people are from and we did this type of stuff, they'd feel a certain way too, because that's their
Right.
like we grew up here. And that's how
Mhm.
we feel. So the point is, we all got to figure out how to work together and live together. But
Mhm.
the powers that be need to do better at making sure the laws are enforced and people respect what's going on here. Or you know what? You can go back to where you were. If you can't live here and understand that you got to treat people fairly and like humans, then you shouldn't be here. Eventually, something's going to happen, I hope, but we'll see.
But you know what's inevitable is that violence is always going to be a part of living. Violence will always be a part of the everyday. You know what I mean? As many times as we look at life in general, people take life for granted. It's
They
just
do.
what the real world is. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
The reality is that you and I came from a background that was not, you know what I mean? Like not super hostile, but had its moments. You know what I'm saying? In comparison, you know what I mean? And we always had to be aware of our surroundings and, you know, walking home from school or whatever, taking a train ride or whatever. We always have to be on alert. We're no strangers to that. Violence is everywhere. And how many times have we'll, you know, most of us don't even look at the news anymore because we're tired of what we are hearing about slain bodies, somebody hurt or whatever. Like we turn the news off or we won't hear it day to day. You know what I mean? But every now and then you have to pay attention and you got to be mindful and you got to, you know what I mean? Just be aware of your surroundings and just every day. And it always starts with kids, man. It's the youngins, man, because they don't know no better and they don't have the tutelage around them. You know, we were grateful enough to have that above us. We had the OGs who would look out for us and say, yeah, you stay away from this, stay away from that. Or nah, you walking with, you know what I mean? Like you're doing wrong. Talk to your moms or whatever it may be. Or if you had like for me, I had older cousins who helped me out, you know what I mean? And they will always keep me off to the side, you know. So it was different. Not everybody had that. You know what I mean?
It's
So
true. It's true. Hey, man, listen.
it's where we at now.
We are here. This is the reality. Shout out to everybody who may have joined in. D Cooler 718 in the building. Salute to you. He says salute Ron and John. Salute to D Raz. What's good, my brother? Good to see you. Donald DiMichelli in the building. Salute. And no, Donald, you came in at towards the end right now. We're about to wrap up, and I was gonna tell you, make sure you hit that replay, gang. But we've already talked about the Knicks for an hour, a little over an hour, and kind of got into this towards the end. But if
Yeah,
you
yeah.
want to get into the Knick talk, you can replay and watch everything we talked about. We covered, some good stuff and had really good conversation. But the whole thing is, this is our reality, and if you're a Knick fan that lives in this New York area, it's something you're going to have to be mindful of because you might want to go to a Knick game. But on your way to a Knick game, depending on where you're coming from, you know what I mean? Like you may turn around and say, nah, it ain't worth it. It's because New York is becoming an
You're gonna
interesting
cross the
place.
Bronx. You're gonna sit the city's wild, right? You're gonna hit New York City. You know what I mean? It's gonna
Yeah,
be
yeah, yeah,
busy out
yeah,
there.
yeah.
So
But anyway, all right, guys. Well, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you guys for being here and listening and supporting us. Shout out to all those that have been tuned in on X, Facebook, or on YouTube. Please smash that like button if you haven't already done so. Uh, I don't
you
know. I don't know
disappeared.
what's going on. I don't
What
know.
happened?
I don't think you. I mean, I still no. You're not, Coach, because I wouldn't be able to see your comment. So
Nah,
I think
he's not blocked.
you good, B. And like I said, once again, we all can have
Everybody's
differences
gonna
of
have different
opinions.
opinions, man.
So
You know what I
don't
mean?
don't
I'm not
don't
a I'm not a fan of what David has to say, but he has an opinion. It is what it is.
yeah,
He likes cat, man. I mean, it is what it is. You know, I'm not to
yeah.
that same liking. I'm not a fan of cat. I don't think cat will help us out, do anything of that nature. You know, but then again, if he gets traded here to the Knicks, am I going to root for him? Absolutely, because now he's wearing the Knick uniform. But as of right now, there's no talks about us trading Randle or trading anyone for, Cat. So I'm not even concerned about that. You know what I mean? So for me, it's we got
Yeah.
who we got. You know what I mean? We locked in. So it is
And
what it
we
is. Not
already
making a
we
change.
already said it. We talked about it. Look, we're not trying to trade Julius Randle for anybody unless
Not
unless
absolutely
there's a reason why it has to happen. But even
right.
if it happened, Okay, we're gonna have to get over it. We ain't gonna be happy at the moment, but eventually we're gonna welcome it because
We'll
we're
make a
Knicks
show
fans.
about it. We'll make a
We're
show
definitely gonna
about
make
it
a show
about
about
our
it.
disgust, and then we'll be like, then he scores 40 and then shoots 60 from the 3-point
We're like,
line, and then
hey,
we'll be like,
meow
yeah.
meow.
It's all good, man.
We all be
Everybody's
like,
happy. It's all good, man.
whatever.
And it is what it
Salute
is,
to everybody, man. It's okay. Listen, one life, one love, one, all that good stuff. What did I say? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
Drip more in the building, the preferred barber of Still Knicks fans and the Knicks community. Let's go. What up, Drip More? He said, yo, Ron and
Good.
John, what a guan. Yeah, man. Appreciate you. Thank you guys, man. Thanks everybody for being here and rocking with us. And listen, guys, once again, I've said it before.
I think we need one more topic, man, because I don't like leaving on a political note. What can we talk about before we say goodbye? How many wins? What can we talk about?
Well, what we can say, guys, is no matter what, that the conversation that's happening with the media, how they're every day trying to find some new story to talk about with our same players when nothing has really changed. No matter all of the what ifs that we went over and the naysayers and the haters, no matter all of that stuff that we brought up, guess what? In the end, it's all about being on the court, making things happen, showing up and showing out, and for us to see exactly what we expect to see, and for the rest of the NBA to take notice again, because that's what it is. It's like every year is show and prove, and the Knicks, all the Knicks do is play basketball, and guess what? The results are there.
Right.
But you know what? Outside of all that, this group right here, this chat, these two guys, still Knicks fans.
Still Knicks fans. It's a fact. That ain't gonna change.
Oh,
We
know what I mean?
We ruined for that, blue and orange. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. That's it, man. That's it. Yeah, that's it. All right. Well, listen, John, final words, my brother.
Man, as always, man, this has always been a pleasure, man. Thank you for holding it down for the last few weeks. Appreciate you for that. And yeah, man, looking forward to the next one, man. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay blessed. Yeah, next week, man. We back.
I like it. We back. Listen, man, and once again, guys, look, the best thing I could tell you as Knicks fans is like I said, don't worry about it. People are gonna always say stuff that doesn't necessarily work, for them, because some people aren't happy that the Knicks are doing well or getting a lot of publicity. Let it be. But the one thing what we can't do is we can't turn on each other, because if we ain't strong as fans, they are gonna try to pick us apart. So that goes for all of y'all in the chat. We may not agree on everything, but in the end, we still Knicks fans. We got to stick together because we all want that championship. Some people may think we're not ready. Some people think we are ready. Some people in between. Let's wait and see. Doesn't matter. In the end, we all the fans. We all watching. We all waiting. So let's continue to support each other, man. That's it. That's all I can
we
say.
all gonna cheer once we win the championship, right? Whether Randle's here, whether Randle's
listen,
not,
I expect to see
whoever's here,
everybody.
whoever's not. We all gonna be out there hanging
I want
out,
everybody out there at the
going
parade.
crazy. That's a fact. You know it will be.
That's
you know we will be.
I'm gonna be there no
man.
matter what. I'm gonna be there no matter
Fact.
what. So yeah, man. Appreciate everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in. And as I always say, tell a friend who tells a friend who tells another friend. Still Knicks fans. We'll be back again, whether it be on Monday nights at 9-ish, sometimes, for SKF Weekly with, myself, my brother John, and soon to be our brother Jose. Stay tuned. Or whether it be on Saturdays for Know the Ledge at 11:30, where I talk y'all off the ledge. And it sounds like if this was Know the Ledge, I would have been hitting that button and talking y'all off the ledge right now. So we're going to be okay, y'all. And also stay tuned for the in-between content during the week. Nothing but Knicks. We're coming back. We're going to be doing some stuff. Tune in this Wednesday, 8:30. You may see yours truly back with the Simeon Russell himself, the Podfather, for a really dope episode. So continue to support the shows, man. Continue to support the content. And we'll be here rocking. We all here. We want to see the same thing. Right. All right. That's it. That's all I got. I can't talk no more. I feel like Case in that song. I can't sing no more. Anyway. But it is what it is. All right, y'all. Take care. We out of here.
Peace.
Okay.
Freedom, freedom over fame. Freedom over cycle stays the same.